Hi there, it's Dr. Liz here. I wanted to pop in real quick and just say, hey, I did a bad thing. I did a bad thing. I have done bad things. I have made mistakes and I've screwed up and um, said things or forgot to say things or did things or forgot to do things in my marriage, in my life, in my world. Okay, so I want you to go easy on yourself. No one is perfect. No relationship is perfect. No marriage is perfect. Trust me. uh, 32 years married, and I have had plenty of opportunities to have some oopses or some mistakes or some really bad, you know, things. And it's okay. So I first just kind of like want to level set the playing ground because so many times I hear folks tell me, "Well, you don't make mistakes, Liz. You got the training. You guys have been married a long time." Like, oh no. Long-term successful couples, married or in committed relationships, they will have made mistakes. They will have had oopses like stepping on each other's toes. I mean, even professional dancers, they do step on each other's toes. They miss a swirl. God, hopefully they don't drop their partner. But it's part about being human. It's part about having a relationship that has flexibility and has give, and it can allow these things to happen and have the energy, the mindset to want to fix, repair, and not do it again. All right. And so that doesn't just happen overnight. It does not happen overnight. You have to have some things in place, and that's what I'm going to be starting to talk about is what you might need to start introducing into yourself and introducing into your relationship. So when those things happen, one, it's normal. Okay, it's maybe not okay, but it is something that happens in the course of being in a relationship, being around somebody else. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to introduce a couple concepts. One is the oops. The oops is the thing that mm, say say my husband has asked me, don't you know don't speak into the refrigerator. Yes, because I can't hear you. So I got the refrigerator open and I'm talking into it. It's not a major thing maybe at that moment, but that's one of my oopses because he's made a request and I said, hey, yeah, I'll work on that, and I did it again, right? And so we want to be able to not be defensive when we have the oopses. We want to be able to say, hey, I screwed up. Sorry about that. I know you asked and was just on autopilot, whatever. And, I'll share as we go more of the oopses that I have engaged in. But when we acknowledge that we did an oops, if we catch it on ourselves, or they catch it, hey, I asked you not to do that. You did it again. And say, you're absolutely right. I forgot. Doesn't really matter. I was in a hurry. Doesn't really matter. Those are defenses, guys. We're trying to explain things. It just escalates it. Yep. Apologize that. You did ask for that. I'll work on that. Can I do a redo? That's concept number 2. Redos we're making a request. Or in the Gottman world, where it's a bid, but we're making a request. It says, let me try to make it up to you. Okay. You're important to me. Your request is important to me. I want to improve how I show up in this relationship. I want to improve how I show up in life. So a redo is, okay, maybe for doing the refrigerator thing, I start to go into it. I made my oops. So I shut it and said, hey, I apologize. Let me start over. And he says, okay, cool. Show me you know how. And so I do. I stand there at the refrigerator door looking at him, giving him direct eye contact or raising my voice in a nice way and make my comment or my observation or my question. Maybe it was like, what do you want for dinner? Okay, let's just say, what do you want for dinner? I have this and I have that. What do you think? But I'm looking at him and I'm speaking in a way that he requested me to do. Okay, so we have the oops and we have the redos. And I can tell you the redos have saved me so many times. In fact, even my daughters at times will say, hey, I think you need to do a redo on that. I'm like, I'll back it up. You're right. Absolutely. Let me do a redo. So today, if you don't mind, start thinking about these mistakes that they do, the mistakes that you do as oopses. Let's start calling them. Let's talk about ahead of time. We'll talk about how we want to respond to those. And then we'll ask for a redo. Right. So I'm going to pop off now. I have some other things to be doing and chatting with people, but I want you to remember successful couples, successful people make mistakes. It's part of us, it's part of our DNA. Successful couples that know that they're going to happen and they have expectation and they have the tools to manage these things that happen in marriage, these things that happen in relationships. I've got the tools. And I'd love to have you DM me. I'll share those with you. And I'll see you inside my Facebook group, Relationships Renewed. Take care. Bye-bye.